think I'm dark now. And now the ambulance. Do you see me?
Maybe you should sit on the right.
Son, come back. Oh God, oh God. Where are these people going? Money. We don't want wind. It's awkward, right?
Hello.
Bye, guys. You guys, this here is the final part of our mini series. We really enjoyed making these videos and we hope you guys could take something out of it. If you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, make sure to click on the cards above and follow the journey from the beginning. Let's get straight into money, you guys. Money is a big issue when it comes to relationship, and it's been said that money is actually one reason why many relationships end. So that is something that we think we should talk about. What do you think?
Yes, you're right. When it comes to money, that is definitely a big issue, and I think a lot of relationships suffer from having different ideas on how to spend money.
That's true.
What do you think? How is it for us? Do you relate that a little bit of a cultural difference?
To a certain extent, I actually would connect it with upbringing. Me growing up in the Black community, we also have things that we prioritized. We also have like ways, things that we think one needs to have. And I think you, as a Caucasian person growing up amongst the Germans, there are also things that you think are priority and not priority. And I think this is where the difference comes in, right? Because a quick example is, talking about us as a couple, I value good things in life. I love to have a good home. I love to decorate my home, equip my home. I also love me a good car. I'm definitely materialistic, but I love to work for it, right? Christian, on the other hand, is very minimalistic. He values savings. Not that I don't value savings, but savings should be savings, and you also need to like have a balance. Enjoy your life, enjoy what you're working for. That's my mentality. Christian's mentality is you need to have it in the bank, you need to be safe at all times, which I think is good, but there needs to be a balance. So coming together, we were definitely like coming in with different views. Our relationships to money was totally different. I'm willing to spend for a good table. I'm willing to spend for a comfortable couch. Christian, on the other hand, is it needed? That's his attitude when it comes to money, and we had to find a balance. How did we manage that? Like, what was the balance?
Yeah, we found a compromise in certain kind of things, and this is how we actually combined the spending expenses and the saving expenses to bring it on a good level. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, that's true. The next thing we would love to talk about is sex. Reason being, there is the saying that says once you go black,
you ain't never going back.
That's right. Do you think that there's weight to that?
No, it's absolutely rubbish. It's a stereotype based on intimacy.
That's true. I had to Google that one too.
What does sex have to do with skin color?
That's right. If it was all about sex and skin color, there would definitely be other people out of love, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But how was it with us? When we met, was there that instant attraction, like that sexual attraction?
Well, we have to be honest, right? An attraction was definitely there, but not based on sex, because that is something that grows on later on. When we started dating each other, we had to do things in steps. So you're not immediately thinking about
jumping into bed.
Exactly. Your relationship is grown. You don't know much about your partner. Of course, I mean, at the end of the day, we have to be honest. We have to be attracted. Otherwise, we wouldn't have started our relationship, right? So attraction is there, but definitely not based on intimacy, fantasies, anything like that. That grows later.
That's definitely something that grows with time. I remember we actually had sex after 2 months, 3 months. I'm not sure, but after quite a while, right?
Yeah.
And I think sexual attraction is there at the back of the mind for everybody going into a relationship, but I think it's something that needs to grow. You know, the more you see each other, the more you date, the more you get in that attraction, because there comes to a time where you just can't hold it back, right? And that's the time you need to reach in a relationship. So yeah, I actually think that there wasn't like sexual intentions when we met. It was purely out of attraction in the beginning, and the rest had to grow with time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's right, yeah. Finally, you guys, we are going to be talking about arguments. Arguments, big issue. Arguments are really a big factor when it comes to interracial couples, when it comes to every couple actually. But I think as an interracial couple, you are going to have like your fair share of them, right? Based on a lot of things. And I think we did touch up on this in the first video or the second video, where we talked about language and how that was an impact for us in our relationship, because we couldn't understand each other, we couldn't communicate openly or clearly to each other. We did have a lot of arguments that were purely based on lack of understanding, language differences, right? But of course, you're going to come in with arguments towards financial situations, like we're saying, where you need to find a balance, your differences, you know, finding that balance, because in the beginning it's a matter of the other person maybe judging the other person, oh, you are very loose with money, or the other person saying, oh, you're very stingy, you know. That's something that's definitely going to cause some arguments, and I think we did have problems when it comes to that, right?
Yeah.
And also you also need to establish or identify something that I actually talked about again in the last video, that what are your levels, you know, your partner, who earns more, who earns less, right? And obviously in our relationship at this point in time, Christian is obviously the one that is on the more advantage than I am. That means he earns more than me, so finding a balance when it comes to that was something that helped us, you know, because I have to grind, you guys. I have to grind, and I'm going to grind for a while, up to the time where I get to where Christian is. So yes, we did have to like have the big discussion about money and how we're going to handle that going forward. Yeah, what other arguments do you think we came across? Arguments that we came across as an interracial couple, things that you think maybe are a little bit special, out of the norm?
Well, other than money, language, and culture, I don't think there's anything else to add here.
That's true. Yes, you guys, like we mentioned this in our previous video, culture is definitely a big factor. Language barrier is one factor too, and money, finances, which we covered on today's video, is a huge factor. These things need to be balanced. You need to talk about them. You need to find a solution before things get out of control, because we had to learn by doing. We had to go through these things in order to actually think of finding a solution, and you guys don't want to get into that situation. So yes, discuss these things from the onset of the relationship, and that will definitely work out for you guys. So Christian, this video here comes to an end, right? Like this episode, this series, right? What advice do you have for the people? Like, what would you like to say for people interested in dating outside of their race?
Well, if you would love to date outside of your race, you have to do it with the right intentions.
That's right.
That is what it is all about.
I agree with you. You need to know why you're getting into these relationships in the first place. I actually think that, you know, some of us, we didn't have to plan to get into these relationships, but there are certain people who were motivated by other people to actually be in these relationships, which is totally fine, you guys. I mean, we have been living in a world where it was not allowed, it was taboo, it wasn't seen as normal. So normalizing that allows people to find their place when it comes to dating. So if you are interested in an interracial relationship, totally fine, you guys. Go for it. Don't be worried about what other people think. We have had experiences, we have had people sending us messages, rude messages about us dating, and that's something you need to ignore. You need to do you. But like Christian says, you need to know why you're doing it. Don't go into a relationship for fetishes. Don't go into a relationship thinking someone will elevate you. You know, that doesn't exist. It's nobody's duty in this world to make your life a better place. That's something you need to do for yourself. You need to find the meaning of your own life and not expect someone to do that for you. I say this because I do know that there's a lot of people out there that are interested in dating interracially, but also interested in this particularly because they think that white men are rich or white men are able to make their lives easier, you know, and that's something that I would never advise anybody for. The way you think, the things that you focus yourself on are most of the times the things that you attract in your life. So try to, you know, put yourself in a better place, you know, be healthy, be ready for that guy, you know, be ready for that woman, and do it for the right reasons.
Yeah, find your partner because you complement each other.
That's right. Like we do.
Yeah.
Do you believe that we do?
Yeah, I do.
I think with a lot of things we have really found a way to complement each other. So you guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys could gain some value from this. I hope you guys could learn something. I hope we could impact you guys in a positive way, and if that's the case, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment, you guys, because I love the interaction. See you guys on the next video.
Cheers.
Bye.